Hey, UG fam! Welcome back to Urban Girl Gardening and Lifestyle. Today we are doing a winter sowing update, so let's hop right in. That says borage. I don't think any borage came up yet. It's still kind of chilly for borage. And then sugar beets. I know there was some germination in that one. Now, I'm not going to open every jug and go through every single one because everything is not able to go out right now, and we are going to do some planting, so we're just going to peek in and see if we see some green. That's all. Let's see, we got some bells of Ireland and some Savoy cabbage, and I see some action in there, and I will be so excited if I actually get some bells of Ireland plants and I can bring them indoors and add them to my collection. Calendula and chamomile, and there's a lot of chamomile going on in there, a lot. I actually think some of those chamomile seeds got all over the place. There's some buttercrunch lettuce, some purple cauliflower. Yeah, oh, we didn't get any onions. Those onion seeds were only a year old, but onion seeds don't last very long. But we do have some feathered frills kale, and we are going to go and plant some. Okay, so if you guys have been paying attention, then you know back there where you see the mulch, that is where I started some peas. I have magnolia peas back there and masterpiece peas. Magnolia peas are like a sugar snap and the masterpiece are a shelling pea. And so right now though, there's a lot of volunteer dill plants. I had dill planted in that bed last year, and even though I collected seeds, you know, seeds fall, it rains, the wind. So those dill plants came back, and that's one less herb that I have to plant, but I do want to keep them. I mean, there's quite a few of them in that bed. I want to keep them, so I'm just taking them out and making room for our kale. All right, we got that dill out of the way, and that's a nice amount. Not bad for free. So let's go ahead and make these rows and prepare the area for planting the feathered frills kale seedlings. And here I'm just using this spade to just loosen up that soil a little bit, and we're gonna pop those out. Y'all, I am not gentle at all. And you will see, please don't be like me, y'all. I'm not gentle with the seedlings. I need to get better, but you know what? They strong like me. They survivors, so they used to it. They like, oh, Kee Kee Soto, my mama, we just gotta make it do what it do, child. We'll be stronger for it. So I'm just taking out one seedling at a time, and usually kale, for a full-size plant, you would want them to be at least a foot apart, but I plant them a little closer. I don't have a farm. I have a backyard, and I want to get as much food as possible, and we harvest our kale young. So I'm actually planting these maybe 6 inches apart, I believe. Yeah, I think I decided on about 6 inches, about half a foot apart. But it's your garden, you do it your way, I garden my way, and then, you know, we meet somewhere in the middle in some points, but we do what works best for us. Now, these seedlings are kind of small to be transplanted, so I am taking a risk, but I've transplanted small seedlings before, and they'll be fine. Like I said, I'm just doing what works for me. And now I'm just planting a second row. So yeah, we'll have 2 rows of feathered frills kale. And now we're gonna plant up the purple broccoli. Purple broccoli is a 50-day to maturity variety, I believe, after transplant. So after it gets in its home, that means I should be harvesting sometime early to mid-June. And we love broccoli in my house, so it's a win-win whenever we get it. Also, there's a lot of dill still there in the middle where I'm going to be planting it, but I'm not really too concerned about it. If worse comes to worse, I'll just move it. But for now, I just want to get some of these seedlings in, baby. I want it to feel like spring in my garden. And now, okay, that butter crunch lettuce did beautifully winter sowing. And I'm going to show y'all how I'm about to do this. Do not judge me. This is just how it's getting down. So these seedlings are very, very young still. So I'm not pulling them apart individually. I'm actually going to just kind of spread them out and stuff them in there. And I know some of you guys might be like, well, why don't you just sprinkle all the seeds in a row and blah, 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 blah. And no, I got a lot of wildlife in my backyard. And that's the reason why a lot of things that some people would sow directly in my zone or in my yard, let me talk about me, I would not direct sow. I would winter sow and I would start indoors because wildlife, sometimes they can just take your whole first round out and then what? So this is how I'm planting my butter crunch lettuce. Very intense, but it works. It's going to be fine. I promise you, as it grows out, it's going to be beautiful, and we are going to be cutting and coming again and cutting some more. So now I'm just making my labels, and now I have some starts from my window garden. That was red Brussels sprouts. This is red Russian kale, and these are red mustard greens. We're doing a lot of red and purples. I'm here for it. So I am just going to add some of these seedlings right in as well. And then the only other thing that I'm going to be doing back here is adding a layer of compost around the seedlings or in between the rows. And then I'm going to just be topping it with some more mulch. And that is it, guys. That it's simple as that. That is the winter sowing update. That is me planting out some of the seedlings, and I'm excited that I'm outside back in the garden and it's beautiful out and spring is here. And guys, thank you so much for watching. Learn with me, grow with me. I love y'all for real. Bye.